Hello everyone, today we're gonna see several mods and texture pack for Terraria that all try to make the game look and feel as good as possible, either by changing the look of the game itself or the UI. If you end up enjoying the mods featured in this video, I have a mod pack linked in the description below containing all of them. With that out of the way, let's begin. As you can see, this is the original look of Terraria, which we will completely change one mod at a time. But before talking about mods, let's talk about texture packs. A good texture pack can change so much to the visual of the game. I personally prefer the official Calamity texture pack, which is the one you're seeing now, but there is a lot of other options like Secrets of the Shadows, Polaris, or G-Man's official texture pack. All of these texture packs will change the look of the entire game, including almost every tile, item, enemy, and boss. Some will even change the look of the UI, but I personally prefer using another texture pack for UI called Storm Dark UI, which will put your UI into this very pleasing dark mode. To download texture packs, you will need to search them on the Terraria Steam Workshop and not the Tmod Loader Workshop, since the Tmod Workshop is dedicated to mods. I also like using a custom font for my game, which is also a texture pack called Popjoy, but you can find many other fonts in the Terraria workshop, even special fonts for Russians or Chinese. Now that we have changed the textures, we can start adding our mods. I will first start by showing you all of the visual mods, then all of the UI mods, and there's quite a lot of them. First, and maybe the most important mod of them all, is Lights and Shadow, an extremely popular mod. When we install it, you will see the huge difference that this mod makes. It adds multiple new lighting effects like sun brightness, moon brightness, glooming, and shadows. Just like all of the mods that we'll talk about in this video, all of the different lighting effects can be configured in the mod config. So you can either have just some subtle lightning effects, or make the sun super bright and the shadows extremely noticeable. Then, for another lightning mod, we're gonna install Realistic Sky, that aims to add some more ambience to the sky of Terraria. It adds some realistic clouds and lighting, alongside changing the lighting of certain events to make them more vibrant, like during the rain, windy days, or the solar eclipse. There is also a performance mod that can be activated through the mod config for people with a low-end PC. Since we talked a bit about the rain, we can also download the Rain Overhaul mod, which will add this effect during the rain, just like if there was some water falling on your screen, and also adds a grayish tint to the screen. The intensity of the effect can also be changed in the config. Although these effects look really good, it can be quite impractical since it really blurs your vision, so I recommend putting the intensity down a bit. But don't worry, if you're inside of a building, the effect won't happen. The next mod is for people playing on a high frequency monitor, being high FPS support. The mod uncaps your maximum FPS from 60 to any value you want, also adding multiple options to smooth the movement of the entities or tie the movement of your mouse to your FPS instead of tick time. And if you're not satisfied with the current tick rate, you can also change that. Getting back to lighting mods, next mod is Atmospheric Torches, which will make the torches in your world flicker. It's something really simple, but it adds a lot to the ambience, especially when you're in caves or during the night. Next mod is Better Blending, which is a mod that aims to fix some of the awkward blending issues between certain blocks, issues that can really ruin some builds. So if you like using a lot of different blocks in your build, this mod is a must-have. The next few mods focus on the environment, the camera, and the player. First is Terraria Ambience, a mod that adds multiple different ambient sounds to the game, like birds singing when outside, reverb when in caves, some new footstep sounds, or even biome-specific ambience track, like for the jungle. This mod is simply a no-brainer for anyone that wants a more immersive experience when playing Terraria. Then we have Loot Beams, a mod adding this light beam above certain dropped items. It won't do the effect on any items, and if you look at the mod config, you will see every whitelisted items, which are coins and collectible hearts and mana refills. But you can also add your own items in the list and set the color of the beam to anything you want, which opens a whole new world of possibilities. Imagine you are farming to get a certain item. let's say the world of Discord. You could whitelist it and put the beam to bright red so you are sure of not missing it while farming. Anyway, the next mod is camera enhancement. You know the effect you get when using the sniper scope? Well, this mod allows you to always have this effect, but way more subtle and smooth. Again, you can configure how strong you want the effect to be, but I would recommend to put the mouse strength on the minimum settings and smoothness around 0.15 to get this look. After that, and for our last visual mod, we have improved movement visual, which will make your player lean when walking and look to the direction of your mouse cursor. Now that we are done with visual mods, let's try to improve the look of the UI. The first mod I'll install is Better Tooltip, a mod that adds many new visual effects to item tooltips. Here's a look at a few of them. My absolute favorite one is the treasure bag tooltip. Just look at this! In the mod config, you'll be able to change the number of particles shown and enable or disable glow. Next UI mod is biome titles, which will simply display the name of the biome you are entering. It is also compatible with most content mods like Calamity, Thorium or Starlight River. The mod also allows for a pretty expansive customization, being able to change stuff like the X and Y position, enable or disable biome icons, and much more. The last mod we'll cover in this video is Color Damage Type, a mod that will change the color of the damage that you're dealing, depending on the class you're using. And you can also change the color of each class and their critical damage in the mod config. So, with all of the mods we installed, this is what we have. We definitely changed a lot about the visuals of the game. But technically, nothing about the gameplay changed, so you can still play this and get the vanilla experience. Or you can use these mods and add other content mods without any problems. I can assure you that playing Calamity or any big content mod with these visual mods feels so good. And when you try and experience with other special mods that change the terrain, like the Remnant mods, you get some truly unique results. Well, this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.